business with somebody, you're building up your network. I know that a lot of the people that you meet, you might not have anything to ask of them for months or maybe even years because it's not the appropriate time.
Well, let me try to tell you a story if I can.
Yeah, please.
And one that actually changed my life. One that my father prepared me for all of my life. And well, I've never told this story before.
Good, I love it.
I don't think publicly.
I love it.
I've never told the story before. You're a special guy, and I'm happy to share it with you. But I wrote Swim with Sharks, 1988. My publisher sent me over, and we'll get to the moral of the story at the end. My publisher got a hold of me and said, go hold up your book at this advertising agency. We're going to shoot an ad, push it out on television. I roll in, can't remember what morning it was, but New York City. I walk in, got my book under my hand. Who's on the stage being shot for an ad? Larry King. He's holding up his book, I think it was Tell It to the King. Wow, my whole life changes in 60 seconds. How am I going to get on Larry King, and how am I going to meet him in a matter of seconds? Well, as Paul Harvey would say, here's the rest of the story. All of a sudden, next, Larry came off the stage. I was next, not someone else. Go up on the stage, missed him. All right? But 3 minutes, 4 minutes later, after we shot the ad, I start to walk out, and King's out there in his super stretch limousine, just getting in. He sees me hailing a cab. He says to me, which way you going, kid? And so I said, well, I'm going to the Park Hilton Hotel, which is where I always stay, Park Plaza. Excuse me. Yeah. And this is back in, this is a long time ago. Sure. 1987, 88. So anyway, I says, jump in. All right, now it's a 5-minute ride. I have 300 seconds to get on Larry King. Is that high soprano? Is that a little bit of pressure? Mm-hmm. So most people, 1/3 of the people would start in how good you are. Right. Wrong. Next third of the people would say, telling Larry how good he is. Wrong. Next third of the people in the country would say, do you know? Play the do you know game. Wrong. My father taught me and drilled it. The moment I say hi, okay, my name's Harvey Mackay, and you introduce yourself, 6, 7 words. What can I do for Larry King? I had 300 seconds. This is my whole life. This should be every viewer's lifetime philosophy. What can I do for Larry King? So I'm making small talk, thinking in my brain bank, and with a minute to go, all of a sudden I said, say Larry, are you interested in selling a lot of books? That's why I write them, kid. Called me kid. I said, well, I've studied the book industry, and I might have a couple suggestions for you. Like what? I gave him 7 constructive suggestions, and when we got to the Plaza Hotel, Park Plaza, all right, he stopped his car. Let's say the chauffeur's name was James. Turn off the motor, James. Talked 15 more minutes. Went on his show next week. Didn't keep me 15 minutes. 1 hour. 50,000 hardcover books later. 50,000 in 1 week. Swim with the Sharks took off. 5 million books in print now. Still selling a couple 100,000 every year. Changed my life.
Now, the key to the whole this whole thing, and I've known Harvey for a long time, and
you've never heard that story.
I've never heard that story, but you know what? The theme that I have heard from you,
yes,
is what can I do for you? He says that to me, little puny guy, you know, and we'll tell some stories. We've done some business together before, and I had a company called Better Life Media here in Minneapolis that Harvey was nice enough to do some things with, and he was a shareholder of, and
almost went to the moon.
Almost to the moon. We were this close.
We were very, very close.
Yes, and we had big dreams and big aspirations, and wasn't quite ready. Personal development wasn't quite ready for the mainstream, and someday it will be, as the barriers like what you're watching right now drop. But you know what? Through that whole process, the thing that I was amazed with, Harvey took me out. We had a golf tournament, you know, out at Spring Hill, and took me as his partner, which is a major handicap. And this guy's a big stick. He knows how to play very, very well.
Hit the ball, drag Eric. Hit the ball, drag Eric. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. This is on film.
Yes,
someone will hear what I said.
That's true. It's
sorry.
a fact.
Okay.
But you know what? Everybody that we came into contact with, all of these superstars, business people, he was always saying, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? How can I help you? What can I do for you? We saw each other recently in Anaheim. And you're asking me, what can I do for you? And you know what that makes me want to do? Do everything I can for you. That's why I want people to see what he has. And we're going to talk about a new book that he's got coming out a little bit later. But I will tell you, that mindset is so different from these predators today that think that in 2 seconds they can convert a relationship into a sale instead of building a relationship with people.
Let me add one thing, one PS to that. First of all, let me put it in reverse. My father never made $10,000. That was his goal in 1 year as a newspaper man and as a very good AP, Associated Press, bureau chief. Never made $10,000. But he lived like a millionaire with his contacts, with his friends. And the reason why was he was the Humanitarian of the Year in the Twin Cities over and over, won a lot of awards. But here is the close of that sentence. After you shake hands with that person, he or she, look them in the eye, after you make that statement, guess what? You never can expect anything in return. That's what's important. Okay? You want to help someone, and then, hey, you owe me one, forget it.
Right.
Philosophy has to be, it really makes you feel good inside. That's why I write books, to influence people, in 80 countries and 40 languages to help.